Judgment of Carrion. Oh man. So he's stuck with orcs here. I mean, he does have two other heroes, but it looks like he's just... Both of these guys are set with Mech Boy and Chaos Lord. And I guess, I mean, I understand it from Yaay's perspective. He's taken out the Chaos Lord in these past two engagements, but it's interesting that Riku hasn't chosen to switch it up at all. Riku with his little heartless flag right there. It looks really cool with Chaos, actually. I like it. No rat play, okay. A lot of rat play being called here these past couple games. If you give people the chance, they're gonna make it happen. Especially when people are playing to win. This guy, Yaay, hasn't had a MRT win before, so you know he wants it more. But we'll have to see if Riku can stand up to it. Anyways, so far, same openings we've been seeing. Mech out here really putting on those victory points right away. Chaos Lord kind of just hanging out in the middle with everything. He's not spreading out too much. It really looks like he wants to be able to just push his forces down the orc's throat here in this first engagement. Both shooter boys are coming around the side here. Oh, and just as I say that, the Chaos Lord peels off away from the main force. Mech Boy jumps over to the far side. Chaos Lord spots that noted power point, and the Sluggas cap both of those secondary victory points. Alright, I say victory. There's no real natural VP, I guess, because they're all just very much right along the center. So either side has a natural VP in this map. It's just the center and secondary victory points almost. Riku's already regretting his choices. Oh my. The Mech Boy is actually really good here because he can jump through these gaps, jump across. Like, there's a lot of these like weird spots on Judgment of Carrion, so like you can't walk across this gap, you can't walk across this gap, and where we just saw over here, there's a lot of places that the mech can jump around and be a nuisance. But Luda's coming onto the field. DarkRiku saving up a lot of requisition for something. Oh, Riku's feeling sad about himself. Don't you give up, Riku. I want more good games. I want this to go to 5 games in the finals. If you don't take it to 5 games, I'm going to be sad. Heretics get forced off. He's kind of just throwing his stuff in at the orcs here, and it seems he might be a little faltering here in these last couple engagements. He's lost 2 in a row. Riku can get a little overhyped one way or another, so hopefully he gathers himself and can push through, get things going here. He's got the Havocs coming out. See if we have the Noise Marines and Havocs that we saw these past couple games. And the mech is such pain. Really. Lots of fire going down on the Chaos Lord, but not really enough. Luda's getting set up on the back line though, just baiting him right into it.
Forces assail the power node.
Riku's been having a heck of a time getting power up in these past games. He did all right on that last game on Gorillas, but the previous match it wasn't up at all, and now this match we're seeing again the orcs are just ripping it apart. 500 to 424. Riku already starting to fall behind on the victory points, and as we saw, that's definitely going to matter if we consider the alleged rat win from last match. Heretics over here on the power, but it doesn't look like they're going to have the time they need to probably take down a generator or a node. Chaos moving in on the flank over here against these looters, but they're not going to be able to get in there on time, especially with the shooter boys moving in response. Noise Marines are coming out, so the same build we've been seeing. Let's see if Riku can really capitalize on it before. The Noise Marines did so much damage that last game, but it just ultimately didn't end up mattering. Orcs still had enough power to give them what they needed to do and led out the chaos wherever possible. Wow, losing 2 models on that Havoc squad. Riku's just Riku's just bleeding a lot already. He's having a hard time. He does have his full gen farm finally up though, so that's something to be said. Combat Flamer coming down on the Chaos Lord now. Chaos Lord's not going to be able to hold against these Shooter Boys though, unless... Oh man, I spoke too soon. These are the Noise Marines coming out here, along with the Chaos Heretics, forcing both the Shooters to finally fall back. Heretics do manage to get down that power on that side of the map, and it looks like the Noise Marines are going to scoot on down to the south side. Although these Heretics... Ooh, almost lost those Heretics. And suddenly looking like Riku's doing okay here. You've got Yaay sitting on just so much requisition. He can head tier 2 whenever the time looks right. It doesn't look like he feels like he needs to get anything in else in tier 1. This is the same build he's been using thus far. Won't be able to kill the Noise Marines with what he's got over here for the time being, but the Noise Marines aren't going to be able to do anything. They're going to have to retreat as soon as that cacophony wears down. Heading into tier 2, and again, this is the problem though. We're seeing what we saw before, that it took Riku so long to get his gen farm up, that similar to the first match of Chaos Lord versus Mech, DarkRiku is going to be miles behind. He's not going to be able to hit tier 2 for at least a minute or two after Yaay hits tier 2, and if Yaay is perceptive to how much power has been spent and how much was denied, he can go for that quick Death Dread and once again just destroy the gens outright and try to keep Riku trapped in that game. He's got Noise Marines on Overwatch. Hopefully Riku catches that and doesn't build a second squad of those, because that's the last thing he needs right now going into this game. There he goes. He cancels. That was a close one. We're good. We're fine. It's okay. 348 to 465, 2-0 cap, about to be a 2-1 cap against DarkRiku. Riku's trying to buy time wherever he can, but Weird Boy's coming on the field instead of Death Dread this time around. I don't think he's feeling quite as confident in the Death Dread play, but even so, on this small map, the Weird Boy's artillery blast can keep things knocked around pretty well. Noise Marines again bashing some more power. They got 2 gens, they got the node. So, not bad for these couple gen bashes right here. They're going to have to retreat, though. And, oh yeah, they're going to retreat right through it. I was about to say they need to fall back a little bit if they don't want to have to go through those orcs. Because they could go, well, I guess, I don't know. I'm not sure how far over here you have to get before you don't retreat that direction. So maybe it was a lost cause. I may be wrong on that.
Who dies today?
But it's definitely not a retreat path you want to use. DarkRiku's heading tier 2 now, so he won't be too far behind the curve. His gen farm has managed to save up, so he's kind of been equalizing here as far as economy goes. These past couple of engagements, he's really pushed up, kept the power under control. He's going to lose a node over here, but he's not overly concerned about that. All his gens are on the northern side there. Chaos Lord just gonna blast right in against the looters. Took a big volley there right at the end. He almost got in between those 2 volleys, but it wasn't quite enough. But as it stands right now, he's looking like he's on the wrong end of victory points. Again, that Mech Boy can just keep the pressure on the VPs so hard. Knobs now down for the shooters and the sluggers. Everybody's got knobs. Knobs all around. Riku gonna try to do some recapping requisition and stuff, but the problem with him pushing so far forward is now it looks like his gen farm is gonna be completely undefended. Now that everything's kind of going up here. Let's see if, yeah, it looks like Yaay is going to capitalize on that, and no! Oh man, this is just rife for bashing, but he's just gonna work his way around, deal with the Noise Marines first. I think a definite missed opportunity here if this gen farm doesn't go down here to what's on the field, because that blood pressure is going to be hit here shortly. Let's see. There's probably enough time to take it out still. On the far side, we got a little cat battle going on here. Will the Ludas get set up in time? They 2-tag one of those guys, but 3 heretics to 3 Ludas, and even those weak old heretics are going to take out those Luda boys. They just don't have the opportunity to win that melee battle. Gems still look like they're going to go down. It looks like Riku might be able to save maybe one of them with that Blood Crusher. Doesn't even look like it's running. It looks like it's quickly walking.
Your forces obey you.
And good catch there by the Havoc. The Havoc was ready to intercept the orcs that were retreating from the Blood Crusher. Forces a full retreat. Riku still has to do something about this gem farm down here, but all things considered, he's been getting the map control pretty well back into his favor. Oh man, he left the heretics down here too, there, so they were able to deal with the Luda that came back out looking for a free cap, and they're not going to get it. Not sure if yeah, they're probably not going to be able to take that out. It looks like Yaay is just trying to keep them on the field if possible. He doesn't want to just hit the retreat button and not have him for this coming engagement, because he knows the Chaos is moving in on his last spot right here. Although the heretics might even go down if that forward model. Oh, wow, yeah, just barely got around out of line of sight at the last moment. Still nothing out here to deal with this Blood Crusher. There is Tank Busters. I think, yep, Tank Busters, and now a Death Dread as well. An interesting choice, but I guess considering that he doesn't have the power, he's trying to invest heavily into Tier 2 and keep the advantage going. Riku hasn't been able to manage to get much into Tier 2 himself thus far. He's got that Blood Crusher, but that's about it.
Ground to the enemy. Fight harder.
Things are quiet as both players are trying to position themselves. It looks like the Mecha actually used his global right there. Get that Death Dread charging on in there. Noise Marines have upgraded to the Blastmaster, which we've seen do some pretty serious damage before. Weirdo not upgraded at the moment with everything, but oh man, the Blastmaster model's moving very far forward. Death Dread interrupts that final shot, gets a nice attack off there just in the nick of time. Real friendly fire from that weird boy. Orc's taking a face full of fireballs from DarkRiku's Chaos Lord. Oh, gotta be careful with that weird boy. I guess it's kind of hard to stop him when he's capping from shooting. He's just gonna shoot, and you can't have him stop moving. Or I think if you press stop, well, they won't stop capping though. Not sure. Battery pack coming down on that mech. Blood Crusher looking for trouble. And did the Havocs upgraded to an autocannon? Or no, they upgraded to a full-on las cannon. They do not want that walker to be sticking around at this stage in the game. I feel like with the Blood Crusher and the Blastmaster, you could probably go for an autocannon pretty easily and not be completely giving up your anti-infantry on that setup team, but at the same time I understand that walker is a real threat, so you gotta be aware of that. This custom force field, again, just denying the Bloodletters any sort of kill here. He's gonna be able to get the cap once again. This is how he won the last game, just went ahead, activated that field, or not the singular way he won the last game, but something that contributed to that last battle. Let's see, do the shots hit? They do finish it off. That's pretty critical. DarkRiku again looking at the wrong side of a triple cap. He doesn't have these Bloodletters queued to cap, unfortunately. They were phased out last he looked over here, I think. And the mech boy will be able to force them off because they have taken a lot of damage in the meantime. 144 to 365. It's not looking great for Riku right now. He just lost his Blood Crusher. There's still, he did manage to take out the walker though, so that's pretty reasonable. But again, now he doesn't have his suppression out here. He does have the Blastmaster. But the VPs are ticking away quick, and he seems kind of at a loss to what he wants to purchase. Ooh, good shot there. Taking out 3 shooter boys. That Blastmaster has some nasty direct hits.
Give me a challenge.
And all is quiet once again. We've got stick bombers coming out. We haven't seen any stick bombers yet this tournament, and I love me some stick bombers. But considering there's a Blastmaster, there's a las cannon. I don't know. I'm not sure about the stick bombers, but Yaay just doesn't have the power to do anything else. He has a good deal of requisition, so he could probably pop a note or two if he so wanted. But oh no, Weird Boy on the wrong ends of some bloodletters. Yeah, he was not getting out of that one. Might even cause a couple shooter boy squads, and that's wow. That's actually pretty excellent for DarkRiku. Riku's got a long way to go, but taking out that Weird Boy, taking out that Walker, probably 2 pretty excellent. Ooh, and he's not paying attention to his stick bombers. Oh my. Are these new? These are new Chaos Space Marines. Okay.
Give me a challenge.
Mech Boy took out a Havoc model. Let's see if he'll get a second one before this cap completes. Oh no, it looks like Riku decides against that risk. Stick Bomber Barrage just a split second too late. Weird Boy's coming back onto the field. 76 to 360. Riku has to be very careful going forward. He can't see the map anywhere because even the slightest bit of 3-point attrition could start adding up to his demise once you're down this low. But that said, these last couple of engagements have gone very well for him. Still sitting. He's got so much requisition. I'm not sure why he hasn't rebuilt his gen farm over here. I guess he just wants to make sure he can get rid of these slugger boys before he puts it up. The Mech Boy with that custom force field can keep harassing victory points very easily, so it's something he's going to have to be constantly aware of. Good flank, ready for that teleport. Unfortunately, the Weird Boy knocked back a couple of those bloodletters just before the teleport went down. Ooh, good reaction. Wow. Nice save. Very nice save. Excellent play.
Champion, then do so.
It's not giving Riku an inch.
Not the victory you promised.
If that Mech Boy had gone down there, that might have actually started mattering because you can see Yaay is actually getting pretty low on requisition finally. Riku's sitting on so much. Good use of blood sacrifice to force off the orcs, allowing him to get that top point. Although the orcs are starting to take control of the center once again, and that just can't really happen at this stage for any more than a few split seconds. Orcs have the south VP, they're capping the center VP. Mech Boy's on the northern VP too. So these next couple engagements are super crucial. And I guess just going forward in general for Riku, like every engagement, any time right here, like any time the orcs get a cap, that's 6 points down. That's minimum, right? So Riku just, I mean, he recognizes he just doesn't have the time to go into tier 3. These Havocs are just ignoring these tank busters. They don't care. They don't do anti-infantry damage. It's fine. I like how many orcs are just, look, there's like, it just looks like a 4-footed orc. Wow, that tank buster barrage did tons of damage. Oh, and look at that guy. He's got the weird physics. Oh, there he goes. And he's gone. Whoop, no, he's back. And then he's gone again. Oh, he's He's just hanging out. I think that's it. I think he's good. Meanwhile, in the middle, where the real action's happening, and not silly physics errors, Blood Crusher charging in yet again. Chaos Space Marines in a lot of trouble, though. Let's see if this... Oh, stick bombers! Not quite enough. Not quite enough to take it out. Triple cap, though, for DarkRiku. Finally turning that map control back around. Almost got those stick bombers, which would have been a nice victory. Tank Busters getting forced off as well. Blood Crusher's doing a great job of line breaking, and now the Noise Marines are set up to kind of hold that point indefinitely. He's going to have to do something about these approaching sluggers. Oh, that shot! Took out a bunch of shooter boys right there. Let the Galaxy Burn goes down yet again, but he didn't retarget. He needed to retarget with that that Blastmaster right there onto the sluggers. 219 to 39. Triple cap for DarkRiku, trying to bring it back around. Mech Boy on the southern point, getting that cap in. Ooh, Weird Boy might go down again. Oh no, he might. Okay, he got it. Will the Tank Busters finish it off? Will they get the parting shot again? Oh wow, that worship narrowly saved it. That thing was down to about 12 HP. Firing everything he can, trying to keep those Chaos off the point, because suddenly this game's turning right back around. Tank Busters, Stick Bombers, all barraging that central VP, trying to do everything they can. They just need those 40 more points. Mech Boy's not paying attention. Let's see if he goes down or manages to teleport out. He teleports out at the last possible second. I don't know if that was intentional or just lucky. We've got all the orcs moving in once again. I wouldn't say in desperation, but definitely a wog here in the last moments possible of this game. Chaos Space Marines go down. Stick Bombers under duress from both the Blood Crusher and those Bloodletters. Chaos Lord fell.
This is not the victory you promised us.
It's very close.
Name your target. Make
But losing, I don't know, losing the Chaos Marines, losing the Chaos Lord here. Riku has so much requisition that he can just purchase it back without much issue, but it's definitely getting dicey. Let's see. Well, what is Yaay down to? Yaay's down to one squad of sluggers, one squad of shooters, and then his support squads of tanks and stick bombs. So I guess he doesn't really have that much of a solid force himself, but both players are really just hurling stuff in against each other and desperately trying to hold these victory points. Las Havocs didn't even manage to stop the advance of that Dreadnought. Blastmaster loses a couple models, almost goes down right there. Chaos Lord's back on the field, but there's not a lot he can do other than drop a few more giant fireballs right in the face of all these Stick Bombers and Tank Busters. But I'd venture to say this might be it for Riku. The triple cap is coming down once again. There goes the center point. And here goes the southern point. 22 points with a triple cap. That's all that he can do is sit there and watch those victory points tick away. That's going to be the game for Yaay. And Yaay is this month's Elite Mod Championship with a 3-1 victory against DarkRiku. Well fought. He even took out Noisy. If you take out Noisy, you take out Riku, I think you earn yourself a monthly Rumble tournament victory. Man, those last two games were interesting. They didn't go like super big and super tier 3, but they went long and they went... Oh, the map control. Just really excellent map presence from Yaay. Riku was just kind of throwing in a bit too much there. He almost brought it back around, but then he lost those last two squads, I think, and that kind of sealed the deal. He just didn't have enough. He needed to have a bigger army at that point, because the mech would be able to decap wherever he wanted at least, and then if he was ever pushed off once, that was going to be it, and that's exactly what happened, unfortunately.